I believe that education is important. Self-education is definitely more important. My name is FaimKills, also known as Adam Daniel Martinez. I'm a hip-hop artist, songwriter, poet, soon-to-be professor, adjunct professor, and a writer. So I went to UC Riverside, 2008, graduated, decided to use what I learned in like the English department and about pop culture to infuse it with my music. And so I did that for 2 years while I was getting some just real life work experience, you know what I mean, just to appease the parents and whatnot. But music was always the passion. Teaching is a passion too for me. So I decided, you know, I want to go back to school. So I went to grad school, Chapman University. I graduated from there with the MA in English and an MFA in creative writing in 2013. And I have a thesis that is quote unquote publishable in poetry. And since I've graduated, I've been sending out poems from that to different literary journals throughout the nation. And you know, there's a lot more failure and rejection letters than there are acceptance, but those just drive you even further to keep pushing them out. And when you get that 1 or 2 a year of acceptances, it feels really good. Well, I mean, everyone's story is going to be different, but the first thing I want to say is being a student of hip-hop culture, and you had Kanye come out and basically denounce college, and I feel like that got to a lot of kids that were maybe going to go to college, and they decided, you know what, I'm going to take the Kanye route, and that's fine, but you got to realize that if you want to pursue those two things, you should. And so for me, as an undergraduate student, I was fortunate enough to have it instilled in my head that, okay, the next thing you do is college. Even though my parents didn't go to college, they wanted me to go very badly, and that's probably why, because they didn't have the opportunity. So I went, and it was at college, I learned more about other aspects of hip hop just through meeting people and networking and stuff. And it was in my 4 years of undergraduate studies that I really started to hone my craft and really started thinking about who I am as a hip hop artist. So for me, being an artist during my undergraduate studies, it wasn't difficult. It was exploration and it was learning. Now, fast forward to graduate school, it became a little more difficult because, for one, I was living further away from the people that I was making art with. So, you know, I'm from San Bernardino, Inland Empire. I was going to grad school out in the Orange County area. And, you know, but it was just a matter of making time, because I knew that it was something that I was passionate about, something that I was good at, something that people believed in. I think that's one of the biggest things that you need if you're going to take these avenues at the same time, is to have a strong support system, people who encourage you to do both and believe that you can do both. School has undoubtedly helped me in becoming the artist that I am today, becoming the writer I am today, in that just the courses that I took, especially in grad school. If you're familiar with my music at all, you know I like to incorporate pop culture and literary references. I like to flip them on their head from different perspectives, like different cultures, different perspectives of ethnic backgrounds and things like that. I just like to toy with those notions and kind of take them out of their context and put them in a hip-hop context. Also, just learning how to network, really, grad school really helped me. I was a lot more proactive in doing extracurricular things, going to readings, helping out my peers with their writing, doing workshops and stuff like that. Ooh, someone's Pokemon going.
Yeah, somebody's Pokemon.
In my opinion, I don't feel like college is for everybody. I have a lot of friends that are very intelligent, that, you know, just the system of higher education is not something that they can operate within those confines. But that doesn't mean they're not going to be successful. So for people that are just coming out of high school, I feel like if you do have a curiosity about college, take some community college, junior college courses, because that's going to save you money as well. Do you need college to be a successful hip hop artist? Of course not, but it's going to make you a lot more well-rounded as an individual, which obviously is going to trickle into your art. You're going to meet a lot of interesting people along that way at college that you wouldn't have otherwise met. I believe that education is important. self-education is definitely more important. The willingness and the eagerness to learn. And you don't necessarily need like the institution of American college education for that. But at the same time, I'm a big advocate for injecting people of hip hop culture into this institution to change these certain ideas that we all might have about college. And my dream at the end of all of this is to be able to teach a course at a university that is an interdisciplinary course of American literature and hip hop culture and how those intersect, because they do intersect. Yes, whenever I hear about rappers or producers or whoever that are like if I see friends that are artists that are like just on Facebook and they're talking about like, ooh, it's finals week, ooh, I got one more semester, ooh, I just graduated, like that makes me feel good, because we need more people like that in the institution of higher education. I would say if you're just starting out in college and your main goal is to be a successful hip hop artist, whatever that might be that you're doing, if it's rapping, producing, whatever, I feel like a writing course that's just a great class to take for anybody that's trying to be able to articulate themselves. Taking a writing course, and I'm horrible at math, so I would go ahead and say take that math course, freshen up on that for your finances. So when I was in grad school, that's when music was really, I was starting to move with my peers that I was rapping with. I was also in a band and I was working part-time. So I had to really learn time management. For me, being able to balance out, homework with writing raps, I would basically just act as if rapping was another class that I was taking. So I would set aside X amount of hours for my homework, and then I would tack on another hour or two to write a song. And then another thing to think about, if you're an artist that's already starting to do shows and stuff, and like being able to tour, have foresight. Think about your whole yearly schedule. You're gonna have time off. You're gonna have spring break. Instead of partying, why not set up a little tour? Why not record an album, get merch made? Have these things in the back of your head and add them to your agenda. Add them to your planner. You can find me at soundcloud.com/FaimKills. That's FaimKills. On Instagram, it's at ADMFK. Twitter is at FaimKills as well. And Snapchat is ADMFaimie. That's ADMFAIMIE, because I'm from the IE. And I just want to tell all of you artists that are in school right now and really contemplating dropping out, stay in school. School is cool.